Hey there, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Hey, long time no see, huh? Well, folks, over the summer, I took a little break. I needed it. My health needed it. I was time to take some rest. And of course, my wife and I decided to do a little traveling at the same time. So we certainly did that. And we took some time this summer and spent some time with the family and took some trips and all that kind of good stuff. But anyway, I am back. And of course, if you look closely, for those that remember the channel that have been on here for a while, you'll all know what that means. Yes, it is an empty guitar stand. Now, if you've been on the channel, folks, you'll know. Sing it with me now. Sing it from the top of your lungs. You remember how to do it. It is
New Guitar Day!
Yes. New Guitar Day here in the channel, and we'll get right to it. It came in last night. Took me a little while to get it from the good folks. Well, you'll see when we do the B-roll here, and we'll see what came in last night. Let's have a look. Okay, well, here we go. This is B-roll time, folks. It's B-roll time for the New Guitar Day here at the studio. And as you can see, it is something from the good folks at Firefly Guitars. All right, we shall get David busy here. You guys all know David. So I'm going to flip this up. And here. And I don't see anything there. Here. Here. And here. I think we got it. Good work, David. Bring this back down. Let's see what we got. Okay, and as you can see, there's a box in a box. So that's always a good sign. Get this other box out. Okay, here's the other box. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, yes. This is going to be lovely here, folks. New Guitar Day here in the studio. My thanks to George and everyone at Firefly Guitars and Firebird Music. We'll get this unwrapped and we'll do some checks and some up close and personal viewing, some specs and all that good stuff, and of course some sound checks. Very nice. New Guitar Day here in the studio. Yes, well, I hope you enjoyed that B-roll. Odin certainly did, because it's been a while since he had a chance to have a New Guitar Day out there as well. But folks, what we're talking about is this guy right here. Yes, it is the new Acoustic from Firefly. They actually released about 4 new acoustics in the last couple of weeks, and this is one of them. This is the GD45 FE. It's their D45 style acoustic from Firefly Guitars. And folks, look at this one. The FE, I think on this particular means, the E, of course, is the electric, because it does have the electric piezo system in it, and this is the Fishman presys system that's put in there. It's very nice. And I think the E for the electric and the F might be for the fancy, because there is a GD45E and a GD45 FE. Let me show you the picture up here. And there's also almost a hummingbird style, kind of like a sunburst style model as well. And they had a parlor guitar too, which had the fancy inlay on it as well. The parlor, the smaller parlor style. That one sold out. But this is still available right now on guitarsgarden.com. That's guitars with an S, garden.com. But take a look at this, folks. Look at that fretwork on here. It's really, really nice. This is all abalone. It's all done very, very nicely. Solid spruce, Sitka spruce top with all the abalone purfling and binding going on both sides of this. And look at how they did the neck. It comes down and it completes it here. And then, of course, your rosette. It's got a rosewood bridge, rosewood fretboard, rosewood on the top of the headstock, bone nut, a laminate rosewood sides and back. But look at the work they did on this, folks. Very, 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 very nice. Just beautiful. Very nice. Look at the neck. They even capped off the back part of the neck here, and it has almost like an apex volute here as well. Gold hardware up top. Just really, really, really nice, folks. This came in absolutely perfect, as you saw from the removal of the box. It really came out nice. And of course, we're going to do some sound checks with this as well, and check it out both acoustically and plugged in. But before we do that, let me go ahead and go back to some more of the roll. We'll do the up close and personal where you can get a chance to take a look at this closely, okay? So let's go ahead and do that now, and we'll be back in the studio in just a sec. Let's have a look. Okay, so this is the up close and personal on the brand new Firefly. This is the GD45 FE, their new acoustic line. And this is one of the 4 they just got done releasing about a week ago. The GD45 FE, and they have the GD45 E as well. And I think the difference between those two is the ornate fingerboard and or the block fingerboard as far as the abalone on this. So we're going to take this off and I'll show you on this fingerboard. This should be the elaborate one if it's the FE, which I believe, oh yeah, look at that. Wow. Look at the fingerboard on this, folks. Look at the abalone on this. Really nice. Whoa, what a nice job. Of course, the abalone up on the headstock. And of course, the perfing all around is the same. Look how they did this. This is quite different. They actually brought this and extended it around the fingerboard, which is very unusual and something I haven't seen, I don't think, in any acoustic. That really looks nice. These are solid spruce, Sitka spruce tops. And you got laminate rosewood back and sides on these particular models. Just gorgeous. Rosewood on the bridge, rosewood on the fingerboard, of course, and rosewood on the top of the headstock, as you can see here. Wow. Very, very nice. This is like a D45 size, full size, dreadnought style acoustic. And this has got the Fishman system built in as well. I'm going to turn this over for you so you can see that here. The Fishman presys, that consists of your volume, of course. It's even got the tuner built in with treble, bass, and phasing. We'll go through that when we do the sound checks. And look at the abalone on both sides of this. Really, really nicely done. I'm going to flip it around. You can see the back of this, how nicely they did. Wow. A little dusty. Just took it out of the box here. Clear some of that dust off. Look at this. Wow. Really, really nice. I got an interesting volute on the back of this as well. Almost like an Apex style volute, like Gibson was doing on a few of their models. It doesn't go all the way up, but it's nice. Very nice. Really ornate, really good looking. A little dust. We'll get a towel out and clean this up. Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful finish. Really nice job. Again, these are not solid wood. Oh, there's Mr. Odin. Mr. Odin's checking it out. What do you think, Mr. Odin? Looks pretty nice, huh? These are not completely solid wood. They did do a version of solid woods a few weeks ago. It was. Watch that knife, Odin. Okay? Watch that. Let me get that out of your way, okay? Now. And they were gorgeous. These are less expensive as they're solid tops with the veneered laminated rosewood back and sides, which a lot of people prefer, to be honest with you, because they tend to be a little bit more stable. Just really, really nice. Again, I'm going to flip it back over. And of course, we'll do some sound checks, checking out that presys. And we will be playing it, of course, straight up acoustically and with the electric presys system. Again, what you have is your piezo type system underneath this saddle here. Anyway, there it is, folks. This is the brand new GD45 FE. The GD45 FE from the good folks at Firebird Music and Firefly Guitars. Odin, what do you think, bud? Pretty nice? You liking it? Yeah, it likes you too. All right, let's get it into the studio. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed the up close and personal on this guitar. Now, while I had it out there, I did do some measurements, and I will show you here some pics of measurements at the bone nut, and then, of course, the neck at the 12th fret. And then I also checked out the radius on this. Now, I have heard from other people that it was up to 20, and I don't think so. I tried a 20 on here. It had too much gap. I think it's closer to a 14, maybe between 14 and 16, but the 16 seemed to have a little bit of gap. The 14 I'll show you here seemed to be just about right. So I'm thinking it's right around a 14 radius, okay? I also checked how this came set up right out of the box. Now, bringing this up to tune, of course, raises it slightly, but what a beautiful sounding acoustic. And I measured it at the 12th fret right out of the box. And of course, you'll take a look at this as I show you here. I measured it with my measurement here at the 12th fret, and I got about 1.75, both on the high E and the low E at the neck, between 1.75 and 2.0, which is quite acceptable for an acoustic style guitar. I'm not sure what they strung this with. I believe these might be 12s. I think they are, but that's listen to the sound of this. Again, this is right out of the box, folks. I took it out of the box last night. I had to let it set. I tuned it up today, and it's been holding tune, and that's been it. Nothing else has been done with this guitar. Very, very nice. Of course, that's with the pick. Let's try it, a little bit of finger picking here. Nice. Very nice. So that's acoustically, folks. I think it's plays very, very nice. We're going to go ahead and plug it in and see what this Fishman Precis will do for us. And I'm going to plug it directly into my 112 amp. Okay, I'm going to use the monoprice amp with a 112 Vintage 30 speaker over there. Instead of running it through the Mackie, through the PA system, I'm just going to run it through there and see what it sounds like. All right, so let's give that a try. Again, folks, when you get your guitar, if you order one of these, and again, I'm going to say, like I always say, if you're interested in this at all, don't hesitate. Go on guitarsgarden.com. It's guitars with an S. And if you want one, order one, because they won't last long. They never do. And then, you know, like a month from now, people will be watching this video and they'll be saying, hey, Jimmy, how do I get a hold of one? And I'm going to say, well, you know, they're already sold out. So again, if you're looking at it, don't hesitate. You have a plug-in right down here. Now, when you get your guitar, folks, it'll come with a battery built into this piece here. So you need to open up, just like so, open up that flap, and that battery was going to pop out. It's on a spring. It's going to pop out a little bit. The battery's covered in plastic. So remove the plastic from it. You can see, as you look here, you'll see the plus and minus, positive and negative direction of how to put that battery in. You're just going to stick it back in there after you've unclevered it and close it down, and you're good, okay? Then up here is your controls on the Precis. Again, you've got a tuner built in, and it works very, very well. You've got a tuner, you've got volume control, bass, treble, and phase, okay? So I'm going to use, again, I'm just going to pop it in. I've got a patch down here that's basically for acoustic guitar, so that's what we're going to use. Just a clean patch. I got the bass just slightly over half and about half on the treble. Very nice. Let me throw a capo on here. Very cool. Low end sounds good on this. It's nice and tight. It's not flappy. Cool. So very, very nice guitar, folks. Again, straight through an amp, sounds just fine. Acoustically, sounds just fine. You can certainly be able to play it with your acoustic instruments in and around a campfire situation or sitting around jamming with your buddies, that's for sure. So what I can do, I think, and I'll do that next time, we'll do a little comparison. I do have a D35 Martin, an old 84, that we can check this out against just to see how it balances as far as projection and as far as, you know, bass response and that type of thing for a large body dreadnought. We'll compare that later on, and we'll do that. Keep your eyes out for that. Remind me. You guys will remind me. Remind me in the comments to compare it out. I also have a Triple L Martin, and we can check it out against that. Of course, you know, we can do all kinds of different things, but I think right now, just playing it, I'm liking it quite a bit. Strings are okay. I mean, they're a little stiff, which you expect. I guess I'm thinking they're 12s. They might be 13s, but I'm thinking they're 12s. So if I come down a gauge a little bit, again, this is right out of the box, folks. Haven't done anything to it, and I haven't played in a while either. So my hands are, you know, especially on an acoustic, they're feeling it a little bit. All right, it is the GD45 Acoustic from the good folks at Firefly Music and Firebird Guitars. My thanks to George, all the folks at Firebird. Thank you so very, very much for allowing me to check this out. Again, this is the GD. They have a different version of this with just the block inlays without all the fancy inlays. And they have, it almost looks like a hummingbird type of version of this, of a sunburst type of a burst color model that is also there. The parlor is sold out. So check them out on www.guitarsgarden.com and, you know, tell them Jimmy sent you, man. Check them out. If you're in the market for a very nice, well-built, and just beautiful sounding acoustic for less than $300, folks, with shipping included. So again, thumbs up to George and all the folks at Firebird Music. My thanks to everyone for stopping in. Hey folks, if you're new to the station and you haven't checked it out and you haven't subscribed yet, I would say, that's right, come on over to the good side. We would love to have you on board here. Some more coming up here on the channel. And until next time, folks, it's Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Be kind to each other. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.